Hey everyone, how's it going? Thank you so much for tuning in for another Marvel Rivals video today. I really appreciate you guys taking some time out of your day to hang out with me while I yap about some Marvel Rivals stuff. We're going to talk about some data today. We're going to be looking at win rate, ban percentages. We're going to be talking about damage dealt, damage taken, playtime, all of that stuff. So before we hop into that, if you have not subscribed yet, please take a moment to do so. I would greatly appreciate it. And for those of you that already have subscribed, thank you so much for your support. I'm having so much fun covering Marvel Rivals here on this channel, and I've just got a lot more videos and ideas and stuff coming ahead. So I appreciate you guys so much. I just did my season 2.5 first impressions tier list. If you did not see that yet, do yourself a favor, check that out. I've got a card up here at the top for you guys so you can reference that very quickly and easily. It just gives really just kind of what I was seeing from day one and also day two, and how the game is playing, how it's feeling, and basically just like who's the priority to play as, and also on the other side of that, who's the priority for banning. So with that being said, we're going to hop in here and look at the data on Rivals Tracker so we can take a look at all of the information at hand so that we can help ourselves to make good choices, that we know we're picking good heroes and helping our team as best as we can. So here we are in Rivals Tracker. If you guys have not checked out this site before, I've talked about it a couple other times on some other videos and even showed it as well, but I'll put the link in the description for you guys so you can take a look at this for yourself. But there's just a lot of really good and important information on this website, and I know we're only a few days into the new update, but looking at stuff like this is pretty relevant. If you find yourself stuck in certain ranks or you're having a hard time feeling like you're really contributing to what your team is trying to do, this is a really good resource to look at and see who other people are playing as, and then also reference that to pick rate, win rate, and then you can look at other things like I said before, like damage dealt, damage taken, and all of that. So right now we're seeing Penny and Rocket being a high win rate. This should be no surprise. Rocket has always had a high win rate. He's one of the best healers in the game. And now that Penny and Rocket have their team up, people are playing Penny more often, and the team up's quite good. The buffs that were given to Penny this season, as well as how that team up plays out, is pretty valid and it's pretty powerful. It feels balanced. I don't want to say it's OP, but it makes sense to see these two having a high win rate right now. But you'll notice Penny still doesn't have a ton of matches played, whereas Rocket does have quite a few, but that doesn't come anywhere close to Ultron's matches played. But again, there should be no surprise here. This is the beginning of the season. This is a brand new hero. Everybody wants to play as Ultron. Everyone wants to try him out. So of course he's getting picked the most, but we're also seeing Iron Man getting picked quite a bit, and that's because they have a great team up together. Having those two flyers roaming around the map together is very strong right now, so no surprise there that they have a high pick rate. And win rate's not so bad either. I mean, truthfully, sitting between, honestly, I would say 40 to 60% win rate is pretty good, especially if you're playing solo queue. Then, above 50% in solo queue, I feel like is pretty phenomenal because you never know who you're going to get on your team. But by playing some of these like higher win rate heroes, you can potentially increase your chances of winning more often. So it is pretty valid to look at this list and see where these win rates sit. Obviously, matches played can, tell you whether or not this win rate's really locked in or not. If you have a low amount of matches played and a high win rate, it's going to be subject to change, of course. But I mean, 60,000 matches as Penny in the last couple days, that's not that bad, right? That's quite a few games played. Obviously, Rocket would have more because people just play Rocket with or without the Penny Parker team up, but I would say that some people at this point in time might not be playing as Penny unless they do have a Rocket available. That's just pretty cool to see. As far as pick rate goes, obviously Ultron is the highest, almost 70% pick rate right now. Like, that's just crazy. And then it cuts in half here for Iron Man. So this is where we're seeing more where things would, I guess, make sense to be. This is obviously just so high because he's brand new. But Iron Man being second, Cloak, Rocket, and then Jeff too. Jeff's getting some serious love right now. The kit rework was a big deal. And I think people are picking him and playing him more often because he just functions a little bit differently, right? Your off angle, backline, flanking DPS Jeff, it's just not a thing anymore. He's more on the healing side now. He's still not, out healing like Rocket or Luna or Cloak, but he's doing a lot better. And you're able to give a little bit more to the team because when you play that flanking DPS Jeff, like in season 2.0, it can be effective, but it's just not always the level of contribution that's needed from someone who's taking up a spot on your team. So seeing him kind of get reset back into the realm of being a true strategist in the sense that healing is really important for him to be doing. I think he's contributing a lot more. I think playing as Jeff is a little bit more valid now. I'm actually seeing people ban him too, which is pretty interesting to see quite a few matches played as well, 98,000 matches. Emma still has a high pick rate too. Still a lot of matches played, 94,000. I know people were concerned about the nerf to her, that she was just getting completely gutted. I think it's fine. I think that she's totally fine. She's still very valid, still very strong. Magneto's got a lot of games played here. Luna as well. I'm surprised that this was a little bit lower. Truthfully, I thought more people would be playing Luna, but when we're looking at ban rate here, I know that Luna is a bit of a target right now. Truthfully though, this is surprising to me. I know people want to ban Hawkeye right now because of the team up. They don't want the ice arrow. They don't want the, the shot through terrain and everything. But the thing is, he's not as good without Luna. Luna is like the game breaker strategist right now, truthfully. So I'm quite surprised to see that people are banning Hawkeye, because in my personal opinion, that ban should be Luna. Like, Luna should be sitting up here around the 30% ban rate, in my opinion. She is so good right now. She is the one that makes this team up, and then also stacking her Frost with Ultron's drones. It makes somebody so difficult to eliminate. I just think that she needs to have a higher ban percentage. Like, I'm just saying that because, like, I don't play as Luna. I get if you play as her, you don't want her banned, and she's very good. If she's not banned, somebody on the team should be Luna, especially if they're very familiar with her kit and they're accurate. Luna's insane right now, but I'm just surprised to see this ban happening to Hawkeye. It's the wrong person. You're banning the wrong half of the team up. Again, my opinion. I just don't think that he should have that ban rate. That should be Luna up there. So let's hop into the hero stats here so we can take a look at some of the other things. Now, this data is from the top 500 player performance, right? So just the top 500 is where we're getting these numbers. Moon Knight is still at the top. He was the top in season 2.0 as well. Punisher and Squirrel Girl were also up there. Storm as well. Torch still doing a lot of damage right now. I know there was concern that he wasn't going to be good anymore after the nerf. He's still very good. He is still very good. Iron Man's popping up here too. This is just a really good reference for, like, if you are playing the DPS role, if you are playing as a duelist primarily, that these should be your top considerations for this season based on, right, again, we're just a few days in here, so, but this is very telling. Right, this is who the top 500 is playing. This is where we're seeing the damage amounts come out to being per minute. Like, this is certainly a great tool to reference to help you choose who you want to be as a DPS player. For healing, no surprise here, Luna's at the top. She was the top in 2.0 as well. Cloak, Loki, Jeff is still sitting a little bit down here, but he's not too far off from Rocket right now, honestly. I think that this is something that could certainly change as people get more comfortable with Jeff and start to learn, I guess, just map positioning a little bit better. So you are providing healing in that AoE, the area of effect that you have with the water stream, so you can heal as many of your teammates as possible. So I think as positioning improves, and especially with the new map, as different angles are learned and that kind of thing, I would imagine we're going to see this jump up. But right now, this is looking pretty good. For damage taken, Groot's at the top, just like season 2.0. Like, Groot just eats damage. But I'm pretty sure the walls are considered in this too. I'm not 100% positive. I would imagine that the walls are considered. Strange here is in second, then Magneto, Venom, Thing, Hulk, Emma. Penny even now is soaking up some damage. This is very good info for Vanguard picks. Groot's still getting banned quite a bit. I understand it. I don't know that he needs to be banned anymore. It's just my opinion. When you look at the damage, Punisher now having an extended clip, dealing more damage, Squirrel Girl dealing more damage, having a lessened cooldown. You've got 3 flyers, you got 4 flyers now all the time. I don't think that Ultron would ever be shooting at Groot walls, but you've got AoE here, you've got AoE here with Torch as well. There are just too many counters to Groot and Groot's walls that I just don't really think that banning him because of his obstruction play is valid anymore. I just don't think that it's needed. I think you'd be better off, honestly, banning Strange, because you get rid of his shield and you get rid of the portal effect. I can't tell you how many times I've won a checkpoint because of a Strange portal. I also can't tell you how many times we've failed to hold in the final 10 seconds of trying to stop a team from getting a checkpoint because they Strange portaled in and then just ulted everybody because things were saved up. The portal is extremely powerful. I think that Strange is a far better ban, especially now that he's stronger, he's doing more damage. Get that shield out of there, get that added damage out of there. Get the portal out of the game. Leave Groot in. Groot's manageable. This, kind of not. Like, you can't do anything about the portal. When the portal's happening, if it's already been done, you can't stop it. You just gotta hope that you can, like, actually win that final team fight of 6 people jumping out. You don't know how many people have ults saved up at that point. Like, Strange is a bit of a wild card, but I would say certainly higher ban priority than Groot, as well as a higher pick priority, honestly. Magneto's extremely strong too, plus these two do so well against the Flyers. It's no surprise to see them up here soaking up a lot of damage. If we're looking at performance here, kills, Storm, I think a lot of people are playing Storm right now. Psylocke is doing super well. Scarlet Witch has even jumped up a bit. That's really impressive to see. Iron Man is up there, Star-Lord, Punisher, Hela. This all makes sense. All these here make sense. I'm surprised to see Iron Fist up above like Human Torch and Mr. Fantastic and even Moon Knight, but you know, I guess there still is the flank play with him. He's not totally gutted, I guess. He's still very valid, but you just don't have to be as afraid of him as you were before. But he seems to be doing pretty well in the top 500 at least. For deaths, Spider-Man, Magic Storm, Moon Knight, Hawkeye. You know, this is normal. This is more or less what we were looking at in Season 2.0. I don't think that too much has changed as far as how many deaths per match are happening. Like, these are the dive characters, right? You got squishy duelist characters that are having that happen to them, having the higher death count. But if we do scroll down to the bottom, just to look at the lowest, Rocket, Hulk, Thing, Invis, Squirrel Girl even. Super low death amount per match. That's pretty interesting. This is just a really good reference. Like if you feel like because of how you're playing, you're dying too much, you know, take a look at this section of the list and take a look at what heroes typically die the most. And you can kind of average that out and be like, okay, well, I die around 6 times per match, and I play as Hawkeye. Like, you're on the average side of how many deaths per match, so you're actually not doing too bad. But you could also then swap to somebody more down here that has a lower death count if you do feel like you need to change because you are dead too often in the game. You want to play as another hero that's going to keep you on the map a little bit better. You can reference this list to make that decision. Assists. Top heroes by team fight impact. This is my favorite one to look at. This is just an interesting section to see because this is based on your just assists, right? So healing assists, that's why we're seeing all of the healers up here at the top because of course they're going to be getting that. But kills, unless they are a final hit, are a damage assist as well, but they don't count toward the assists here. They do count toward the KDA ratio, however. So that's why we're seeing some of these, well, actually we're seeing the majority, if not even all. Is that all of them? All of the strategists are in the top, but again, no surprise there because this is including healing assists and damage assists and then going against your death count for that. So of course it's going to be higher because, you know, heroes like, you know, like, I don't know, Penny Parker, like you're not getting assists, really. Like sometimes you can get an assist randomly with different heroes. I don't know why for some, and I couldn't tell you which heroes can still get assists. I think it comes to do with like buffing and that kind of thing. But you know, like Psylocke's not getting assists, so you're just looking at your damage assist, like your kill count, and then working against your death. So that's why they're lower. Strategists are just always going to have a higher KDA because they are healing, and then you get a healing assist for eliminations. For playtime, Luna's got a ton of playtime right now. Magneto and Ultron. I'm surprised to see Ultron's playtime less than Luna's, but I don't remember what the ban rate was actually. Let's go back to the heroes here. I want to see ban rate real quick. I mean, she's being banned more than Ultron is by quite a bit. So that's why maybe we're seeing that. Well, honestly, that wouldn't make sense because that's the other way around. You'd think that we'd be seeing Ultron more often because he's new, but you know, I guess not. But again, that's everyone. That's everyone. This is just the top 500. So I guess in the top 500, they're just not playing Ultron as much. So I guess it would make sense that they're playing Luna a little bit more. I wasn't thinking about that earlier. I forgot that this is only top 500, whereas when we're looking at heroes here, this is everything. Everyone included in this. So yeah, pretty interesting to see this stuff, at least just a few days in here. But this is a really good thing to reference, guys. If you have not taken some time to just kind of like check out everything that's going on this website, there's just so much information. They have their own tier list here that you can take a look at. They've got different team comps and they show win rates for that. Along with rank distribution, you can see where most people are at the moment. You can also check out the leaderboard and you can see who the top players are, which is pretty cool to see. But yeah, it's just an awesome website. It's a great tool to help you decide who you should be focusing on learning and mastering during season 2.5. And honestly, I know this will change. There will be, adjustments to this as the season goes on, but this is a really great way to start your season out by analyzing this, deciding who you want to play as, and then investing that time into them now so you can make the biggest splash, have the biggest effect in your games going forward. So if you guys are enjoying Marvel Rivals videos like this and you have not subscribed yet, please take a moment to do so. I'd greatly appreciate it. Yeah, I'm going to conclude this video so I can hop in and play some games myself. Thank you guys again so much for your support. I appreciate it very much, and I'll see you in the next video.